Jesus of Nazareth was really the Christ, really the Messiah, why did he go to so much trouble during his time on earth to keep people from spreading that message? Very often in the Gospels, we're told that after Christ performed a miracle, for example, he would warn the person he had helped not to spread the news around, not to spread the story of what he had done. Or, for example, in Matthew 16, when you have the very important, very climactic testimony of Peter, who says that Jesus is the Christ, the Greek word that means Messiah, the Son of the living God. And first, Jesus praises Peter and says that upon this rock of this confession from Peter, his church will be built. But then Jesus tells his disciples, but don't go spreading this around. Don't go telling people that I'm the Messiah. Why would he say that? Why would he hold his followers back from that sort of a testimony? Well, we should always be cautious about explaining things that the Bible itself doesn't fully explain. But I think we can safely say that part of the reason, anyway, for why Jesus wanted his disciples not to go running all through Israel proclaiming the arrival of the Messiah is that the Jews, including his own disciples, did not yet understand who and what the Messiah would be. The Jewish picture was of a nationalistic leader in the model of King David, one who would kick out the Roman oppressors, who would establish a glorious earthly kingdom. And Jesus had to spend much of his ministry on earth, his 3 years with his disciples, recalibrating that expectation through teaching them, through explanation, but really particularly through showing them. And we see in multiple instances that it really was very hard for them to understand this re-understanding of what the messianic kingdom would look like. So actually, even in Matthew 16, we don't even have to leave the chapter to see where Jesus tries to explain to his disciples that he's going to go to Jerusalem, he's going to suffer, he's going to die, he's going to rise again. And Peter rebukes him. He says, no, don't say that. Surely that's not going to happen. And Jesus has to rebuke Peter for not understanding, for not accepting this picture of what the kingdom would look like. We see all the way up to the cross. The disciples think the cross is a setback, a disaster, the end of everything. They're gathered in the upper room, mourning, depressed, uncertain, when Jesus appears. And so it's even after the resurrection, as he explains to them, for example, on the road to Emmaus, and at other times, explaining, no, this is part of the plan. This is what the Messiah does. This is who the Messiah is. This is not a setback. This is the design. You're looking to a more glorious kingdom, but one that is not yet, and one that is not national. And once they understand that, once they see the reality of the Messiah, then Jesus does tell them, at the end of Matthew, the last chapter, Matthew 28, he tells them, go into all the nations, go into all the world, and make disciples, baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Because now they understood, and now they could do what he had come for them to do, which is to go and proclaim the Messiah, once they understood who and what that Messiah was.